So I'm 3 months post hip surgery. I've had my right hip done 4 months ago, my three hip done 3 months ago, hip arthroscopy, and I'm rebuilding my swing from the ground up. This is also what I would teach to a beginner if they were starting out from scratch. So today I've got a towel and a training grip, and I'm going to guide you through my practice session currently and what I'm doing. Firstly, before I even get to the towel drill, which is a great drill, stick around for that to help build some nice connection between the arms and body. I really just, as I'm coming back from surgery, I just don't want to get into any bad habits. You know, I think just it's not so much a restriction now. I'm able to move better. My hips are feeling much better. The rehab's going really, really well from a strength perspective. But in the golf swing, I want to take this opportunity to really build some good habits again. You know, it's easy for you over time just to creep into bad habits. So what I'm starting off is a simple grip check. So check number one is a grip trainer. And as I'm just hitting some little shots here, I'm just getting a good solid grip, some good positions of my hands, a simple molded grip trainer. You can get these guys, $20, stick it on an old club, and I'm just re-gripping the club and making sure I'm in a good sound grip position. Now my grip itself is generally a pretty, let's say, orthodox grip, pretty neutral. Lead hand showing about 2 knuckles on that lead hand, V here pointing towards the right ear, right shoulder. And I use the interlocking grip, and I like to see that right hand sitting more on top of my left thumb, just taking care of some of the key pressure points in the grip as well. And just making sure my grip's in a good spot as I'm just hitting little shots, just building that feel of what a good sound grip is. Now, I know this sounds so basic, but honestly, I don't see enough people doing this on the tee. And yes, you can make unconventional grips work for sure. But again, if I was teaching you from scratch, or if you're just getting back to some good fundamentals, this is exactly where I would start. So again, good sound grip from here. Again, that feels a bit strange because I've not held a club really for, well, I went 2 months there, not even holding a golf club during the surgery. This is just, again, just helping me find a good feel of where to be with my hands. Little swings. And so, you know, that's what I do. I do kind of 3 shots with the grip trainer on, and then I go back to my club and just try and get that position once again. So I'm just feeling it here, same sort of position. You know, I know that I'm not getting things out of whack because I would feel it. You know, I can't grip it incorrectly with this. So, you know, good sound grip. Getting my club on here, just feeling that good sound grip, little swings. Because once you've got a sound grip, everything else is all hands. Face controls, all hands, forearms, wrists. And we do want to use the hands in the golf swing. I don't care what people say. The best players in the world are manipulating it. They're the best manipulators. But to some, we've got to use these hands. They're a huge part of, you know, controlling your ball flight. So that's the first thing, is simply just checking the grips. That's what I'm doing here. Now I'm going to layer on the towel drill, which I love. It's just a great connection drill. All we're doing here is putting the towel under both armpits. Now, it can feel very restrictive, of course, and generally for this, I'd encourage this more of a half to maybe 3/4 swing drill. If you haven't got a towel, get some gloves, a couple of golf gloves, one under your left armpit, one under the back of your right armpit, or a couple of T-pegs under each armpit. And I'm going to have this in conjunction with the grip too, so I'm building some great fundamentals. Now, as I'm talking to you, this is literally the pace at which I would hit golf balls, especially now coming back from surgery. I'm not blasting them, and I just don't see people taking enough conscious effort in, you know, some of the movements that we're trying to create. So from this setup position, I'm going to make some movements, keeping the towel in my arms, keeping those pressure points in my armpits, down and through, little half shots. Now what this is going to get me doing is getting me to start to use my pivot correctly. You know, one of the things prior to surgery, because my hips were a bit restricted, I would get these a little bit stuck, my hands would take over. You know, this towel would come flying out here. I'd hit some big hooks as my bad shot. Now I've taken away the impingement in particularly my lead hip. I should be able to rotate a little bit better and keep this body moving nicely. And having this towel here really encourages to keep that connection between the body and the arms. So very simply, little swings. Again, I'm feeling a nice grip, nice and slow on the way back and through. You know, nothing crazy. There's no ego here. I'm not trying to hit crazy long shots yet. I'll get to that. They'll come in the weeks and months ahead. But I'm just getting a feel of a nice connection now. If I get this wrong, then I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to do all sorts of things, which is going to make playing in the golf club much more difficult. It's going to make the hands and body sort of outrace each other. And again, I'm just relying on more on timing. But again, timing is obviously a crucial element regardless, but the more connected I can be, the better chance I've got of hitting better golf shots when I get back playing properly again. So once again, towel in the armpits, from here, feeling that connection, down and through. So I'll just be hitting little shots like this. So I might go 3 with the towel, that's 2 there. And you see I'm just feeling it now. This is making me move my body. It's forcing me to kind of get my hips working a bit more as well. Down and through. Keeping my tilts here. Keeping that nice connection. And then what I do, I hit a ball without that. And just see if I can keep that kind of feel. So from here, I've got my grip. I'm just feeling that nice connection in my armpits here. And it just feels like I'm going to have much better face control. Everything's nice and connected. Another way you can use this towel drill as well, again, definitely encourage this for beginners, because a lot of beginner golfers aren't quite sure how to match things up, how to get their pivot working. And I just think without thinking technically, this kind of forces a lot of nice things. But when you look at sort of pressure shift and trying to get that nice shift into the golf ball, this is a great one too, because you can almost visually look at the towel itself and go, okay, let me make a nice turn in the backswing, turn, and then I'm just going to almost get the towel to try and move towards my left foot. So from here, so you can see how that towel's moved down and forward. So it's here, down and forward, and then up. So the towel moves down, then up. So again, turn, shift, push. And it's, again, it's just a lovely, lovely little drill. It feels very restrictive, takes a lot of discipline. And I've been doing this over the last couple of weeks, just in the studio in between lessons, just chipping away at this, mind the pun. So turn, shift, push. And again, not looking for big shots, but that whole feel then when I take the towel away, I've got an idea of what I want to, my sequence, my connection. Turn, shift, push. Turn, shift, push. And that's some of the longest shots I've hit for a while there, but it feels very, very nice to, nice to have that nice connection. I don't feel like this is going to come, the body's going to stop and this is going to come flying off me, hitting these horrible hooks, which is definitely my bad shot. It just keeps everything moving nicely. So a great one there, guys, for beginner golfers, or if you just want to get back to some nice fundamentals, some good basics, get the body in sync with the arms. Now I wouldn't encourage hitting full shots with that, because at some point, we do want to see a bit of lifting of the arms to get a bit more power, of course. So this can feel quite restrictive. A great one for pitching, chipping, anything short game related, 40, 50 yards and in. Great exercise just to get you back into sequence. Couple that with a simple grip trainer. And that is basically what I'm doing. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, just building some nice core fundamentals so that when I do get back to swinging full shots in the weeks ahead, I'm doing it from a good foundation, from a good platform. So again, towel and grip trainer, little half shots, turn, shift, push, and through. Just a great one there, guys. So hope that helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please post them below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. So just quickly, if you're struggling with those fat or thin shots, the toe strikes, maybe even the shanks, I've designed a perfect solution, the 7-day ball striking reset. 1 drill per day for 7 days and just 10 minutes per day. Guaranteed over 7 days to improve that ball striking, get your confidence back, get you out on the golf course, striking it pure. So click the link in the description below to get started, and I'll see you on the inside.